inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, cause real women don't bitch, no. Real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Hey, how are you guys doing out there in your part of the world? I hope you ladies are out there slaying your business, setting those goals, getting it done, and looking at your life now and seeing where you were a quarter ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, and that you are seeing progression. That's the biggest thing for me. You know, as a coach, I want to see everybody progress rapidly, and everybody doesn't, but everybody does progress one way or another. And some people do it very, very quickly with the money. Some do it with the mindset. Everybody changes and grows at different paces and for different reasons. But nevertheless, as a coach, I am always looking for progression. That is a favorite word of mine. I love to be able to say to someone, look at where you were and look at where you are. And I remember I had this one client, and it was really a struggle for her to break through her industry to find clients. And I told her, I said, mark on a calendar so that you can see where you are today. Then I told her, I want you to see where you are then. And she was struggling to sell packages that were about a couple of $100. And by the time we turned around, it was maybe about a week or two after she hit that 6-month mark that she had a different presence on social media. And she was actually closing high ticket packages. She was struggling to sell packages that were hundreds of dollars, and she was able to then effortlessly sell packages that were thousands of dollars. You know, and so it did not feel good, so to speak, as a coach, because I just wanted her to blow up in, 3 days, 72 hours. But it did feel good for me along the way because I noticed the progression. But guess what? This podcast episode is not about progression. It is about that 1 step forward and 2 to 5 or 10 steps backwards. And the reason why this happens for most entrepreneurs is because of this beautiful word called distractions. When you look at where you are and where you want to be compared to where you were, and if it looks like you've been crawling the entire time, yep, I got a problem with that. If it looks like you've gotten so far, but then there's always something that comes up and you like to throw the D word out there,
I have a problem with that. And I notice it happens a lot with women when I first start working with them. They'll be like, oh my God, this is so awesome. This is great stuff. I'm glad you're teaching me this. I'm going to get out there and contact more people, show up on social media more, see if this person wants to buy my product, look at this person and see if they're ready to collaborate. And then after about 5 days of, rapid fire, it's like, okay, I disappeared for a few days. Some things were going on and I just got distracted. Ladies, you need to ask yourself, what am I going to do to eliminate the effect that distractions have on me? Because distractions are not going to go anywhere, and they look different for everybody. For some of you, it's that emotional roller coaster, and it's like, wait a minute, what's going on? There's this weirdness between me and my spouse, and we're usually okay. The children are a little bit more chaotic than normal. What's going on with my vehicle? Why is this breaking down? Like, literally for me at this moment, I have an issue where contractors have had to come in and to do some work, and they're like, oh, we realize there's something else wrong, and we're going to have to dig out a little bit further in your wall. And it's in the area where I do my podcast recordings, and I have appointments set up, and I want things to go a certain way, and all of this stuff. My kids are a little off. All those things I just said, those are my issues right now. We're not in drama. Romance isn't down the tube, but there's these little moments that are a little weird with my spouse. My kids are all over the place, and I have clients that are showing up and falling off, and I have the contractors in my home, all kinds of stuff going on. And then I've even had weird stuff happening even financially with myself. But nevertheless, it does not impact the way that I show up in my business. I continue to show up. I continue to serve. I continue to give my all. If I cannot do what I want to do, yes, sometimes I have to reschedule appointments. But if I can't record someone doing the podcast, I can at least put extra time and effort into editing my book, getting it formatted, doing whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing. There's always something. It's about going forward. And something happens with entrepreneurs. Ladies, I really want you to think about this. When you have a job, you sometimes have to go back to work prematurely when you should be, you get your days of bereavement, because you've had to deal with the death of someone you love. But when you go back to the office and you got to get back to work, yes, your mind is distracted. Yes, your performance may be a little off, but you push through that shit and you do what you have to do. If you are in the middle of a crazy separation that looks like it's going to turn into a divorce, you are at work pushing through that shit, feeling like whatever, but doing what you have to do. If things get crazy or they don't feel right with people that you work with or your boss, or deadlines get changed for for products, and you figure that shit out and you still show up. So why is the muscle different when you work for someone else, basically being more like a robot, shelling out the shit that they want done for their company? But then when you start working your business, your entrepreneurial endeavor that you want to do because you know that you're supposed to make your impact on this world, anything and everything can knock you out and knock you down. I am here to tell you that that is unacceptable. The reality is that entrepreneurship does not allow you to hide behind your mess. It pulls your mess right in front of you. And I want to encourage you all that whatever it is that you're feeling when these distractions pop up, you need to navigate that emotion, because it isn't the kids and it isn't the chaos. It's the anxiousness that rises up in your spirit. It isn't the financial issues. It's the revelation of the scarcity mentality. It isn't what's going on with your spouse and the weirdness. It means that there's a new level of communication that you all need to evolve to start talking about some issues before it does expand into a bigger issue. And when you take everything that is going on around you and you become introspective, then the D word goes to hell. No more distractions. How important is your dream? Every time you get ready to say, oh God, I just feel so distracted, or whatever your variation of the word is, you need to go to word jail. That's what I do with my clients. There's certain words I'm like, you cannot say that word anymore. And if I hear it, it's a problem. Before you say, oh my God, I was supposed to do X, Y, and Z, but I just got so Nope, no, hold up. I am going to do X, Y, and Z no matter what. And this distraction can go to hell. If you are having trouble, navigating this, then that's when you need to reach out and you need to talk to a coach. It's literally just that simple. That's why I specialize in strategy, mindset, and sales. More often than not, most of the women that I work with are brilliant. They're brilliant at what they do. I've never taught anybody how to do their job. I may have taught them how to market it better, but more than anything, I've taught them how to deal with the distractions and the dilemmas that they're facing in the process of building their business, because questions come up, issues flare up, and you need someone to help you declutter your mind, to help you change your perspective, to pull out some of your mess sometimes so it doesn't get a chance to come out on its own. I want to encourage you to come to my Facebook group. It's called Package It, Price It, and Profit. It's a free group where I give out advice to entrepreneurs to help get you on track. And it's also an opportunity, if you've been watching me and you're like, I know I need a coach, I'm not sure if she's the one, then come vet me out. Come and see what I'm about. You can come in there and you can just feast off of the content that's in the group. I could not go live for, at least a month, and you would still be busy trying to not just listen to all of this wonderful content that I've given, but actually taking the time to apply it, implement the strategies, use the sales tactics, etc., etc. So that's it. No more distractions. I'm out of here, ladies.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in